Welcome back to the program, folks. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel, and I've got lots of news for you today. I'm going to bring you several things over on X that are trending and things that I thought were worth sharing with y'all today. A little bit about Kamala as well, a few more facts, and even a good Dan Scavino clip as well, and another great inspiring thing to find out from none other than Donald J. Trump. First thing we're going to get into, though, is some more of the information that has come out in the last 24 hours involving the Trump shooting. Now, if you don't know it, Google search engine has already started censoring search engines. If you type in assassination attempt on, should be Trump, it puts assassination attempt on Truman, Lincoln, Reagan, all the presidents. For some reason, they're not putting Trump on there. I see Facebook is censoring the picture of Trump's blood running down his face where he was shot at the rally. There's several different things going on with the search engines today. If you type in the word Donald Trump in your search engine on Google, it brings you up about 15 videos of Kamala Harris and Kamala Harris trashing Trump. The establishment is definitely got the mainstream media and the social media platforms such as ScrewTube and Google changing their search engines, suppressing information, and I'm sure won't be long and they will be suppressing each and every one of these YouTubers, including myself, for just speaking the truth about things like what happened at the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. It seems like YouTube is trying to delete history, literally delete history as to what happened on that fateful day. Now, we got some information about how the Secret Service had no communication with anyone on the ground but themselves, with their little team. The task force come out this morning and said some really damning things against them. And we actually have some footage as well, some new footage that is dropped from an individual that got his phone released back to him, who was at the Trump rally, who had a pretty much one of the best bird's eye view of all the police on the ground with their handguns out, surrounding the building, trying to figure out where the shooter was. This was probably about a minute or two before Trump actually was shot. Got that for you as well, folks. So stick around. I got several good clips for you, short and long, but it's definitely going to be informative, if nothing else. All right, here we go.
New details now on that assassination attempt against the former president, now suggesting an earlier timeline than what authorities had claimed. Text messages obtained by Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley from the Beaver County officials, that's the county to the west of Butler County, show that law enforcement assigned to secure the rally were aware of a gunman about 90 minutes before Trump took the stage. That'd be around 4:30 in the afternoon. CB Cotton live in Butler, PA again to begin another week on this matter. CB, good morning.
Bill, good morning. These text messages now revealing that local counter snipers had spotted gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks earlier than previously reported. Bill, as you said, these text messages were obtained by Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley.
A full 90 minutes. They knew this man was on the property, on the prowl, had been kicked out of the rally as an alleged Antifa member. I've heard that from several sources as well. They had pictures of him with his backpacks. He was even questioned about his viewfinder, I believe is what the situation is at this point. They had eyes on him for a long time, and at one point they started looking for him, and at that point he's already up on the roof. That's exactly what happened, folks. The timeline is starting to get a little clearer now that we're getting some more footage. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of this.
From the Beaver County Emergency Services Unit, and the first message was sent from a local counter sniper who spotted Crooks at a picnic table at around 4:26 p.m. That officer wrote, quote, "Someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car. So he knows you guys are up there." Less than an hour later, Crooks had moved and was reportedly right below the local counter sniper team, who were on the second floor in a warehouse building. One of the counter snipers then took photos of Crooks, which were later exchanged in a group chat with a text message reading, quote, "I did see him with a rangefinder looking towards stage. FYI, if you want to notify Secret Service snipers to look out. I lost sight of him." These photos were reportedly relayed to the Secret Service posted in a command center. But according to the Washington Post, the Secret Service agents tasked with directly protecting Trump were never alerted. And now for the first time, the local counter snipers reveal what they saw that afternoon.
Check this out.
He was looking up and down the building and just wandering around, and it just seemed out of place. I assumed that there would be somebody coming out to, speak with this individual or, find out what's going on.
Our own analysis of the rally site revealing Crooks may have tried to give himself an apparent advantage over the counter snipers, positioning himself on the roof in a spot mostly concealed by trees. The local counter snipers who spoke to ABC News say they never had direct communication with the Secret Service until after the gunfire. Bill.
Okay, CB, more to come on that. Good to have you back there, Butler, PA. CB.
Well, that's pitiful, folks. That is plumb shameful. Now, let me show you another video clip I've got over here on Twitter, over here on my profile. And bear with me, I'll have to scroll down and find this thing, but I've got several I want to show to y'all today. But here's another one involving the rally, some new footage we got. We've got some great news from Scott Presler as well. Before I get into that next video clip, let's go ahead and discuss what I was worried about, Trump not having rallies outdoors again. Kind of figuring maybe he would get plexiglass around him, or maybe do indoor rallies only from this point forward, which of course is much more expensive, I'm sure, to hold these kind of events indoors versus outdoors. But at any rate, Facebook admits it's wrongly censored iconic photo of bleeding Trump pumping his fist while his ear is bleeding at the assassination attempt. Now they're saying it was an error, so Facebook was taking down photograph of Trump's face bleeding, the one where he's got his fist up like this, the most iconic photograph of Trump, besides the mugshot. And they've been deleting it, and they got so much backlash this morning from people, and people on Twitter talking shit about them, or on X talking shit about them, that Facebook has now come out with a statement. We effed up. Crazy stuff, folks. They are trying to censor as much as they can. YouTube is in on, I believe YouTube will be next. Google is already changing their search engine queries to where it is much harder to find facts on what really happened that day on the 13th. But right here is probably about the craziest thing I have seen as far as video footage, folks. Now let me get me out of the way. Alright, right here, put me way out of the way. Much as I can. Let me shrink myself down a little bit. Bear with me, folks. Here we go. Alright, now this is video footage that has only been released today from someone that had their phone confiscated but actually just got it back. Here we go. Back up. Alright, here's a little bigger view. Alright, make sure we're in frame. There we go, a little better. Now this video is really jumpy. You can hear Trump speaking in the background. This is at 6:10. The shots went off at 6:11. So this is from 6:10 to 6:15 before and after the shooting.
There's something going on in this building.
You see all the cops running around with their pistols out. Now this cop over here to the left, to the right, gets up on top of the picnic table.
Oh my God!
On the roof.
There's somebody in this building.
See over here. They know somebody's either in the building or on the building at this point. And they should have been relaying this to Secret Service, but they had no communications. That would have solved this whole problem. They would have took Trump off the stage if they thought there was an active shooter. Now you see right here, we actually have an officer who's standing on a picnic table trying to get a better view of the roof because Mr. Crooks is right up here on the other side of this ridge at the top. Now the security was obviously horrible at this place from the get-go. Now, Apologize for the jumpiness, folks. It's just the way the video was done. But there's a couple other clips like this out. The officers were looking for this young man, no doubt about it. At this point, it's fixing to get crazy here in just a second. Now you see officers running. You see a girl running. And there's definitely several cop cars.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
He's got a gun. You can hear it says, he's got a gun. Jesus. Now, the reason I showed y'all this video, not only because it's new and hasn't been seen before today, but because of the fact that they had a couple of minutes to actively try to hunt this guy down playing a game of Where's Waldo, was nobody able to run over to the event or to communicate with one single Secret Service agent anywhere who had a radio to say, get Trump off the stage. Trump was on the stage for several minutes. That's what is really baffling about this whole situation. It's like they let this happen. More and more I learn about this, the more I tend to think that it was not just lack of preparation and security to support Trump's safety, but an intentional plot to try to prevent Trump from becoming our next president. That's my opinion, folks, but that's what I do believe is going on at this point. It's crazy. It says, why didn't they take Trump off stage? Why didn't they get the shooter faster? Were they ordered to stand down? As more evidence comes out, folks, it's getting worse and worse every single day. The more we find out. There's been testimony come out from the task force today, like I said. They said that we were supposed to have a briefing in the morning as to where everybody was going to be set up, positions and everything, along with the local police. Secret Service's job is to decide how the layers are going to be taken care of, decide who's going to man what position in order to have this a multi-layered, multifaceted security perimeter. That never happened. Why did Secret Service not show up for their 9 o'clock meeting with the rest of the task force and the local law enforcement to coordinate? Didn't happen. Now I'm curious as to not just Cheadle's resign, but who is going to be held accountable for this bad situation to allow to get to this point. All right, folks, let's get back over to my profile, and we'll go right on down the list here. We got several things I want to bring to y'all today. Now, this here is the celebrities that decided that they are now Trump supporters after he was shot. Now, one of the first ones shocked me because I knew this guy was not a liberal or was not a Trumper, but I liked him on Lonesome Dove and several shows. I'll go ahead and play this through. This is 2 minutes of actors, actresses, people of, I guess, some status that have changed their mind about Trump after he was shot. Here we go.
Celebrities supporting Donald Trump after his assassination attempt. Robert Duvall. Elon Musk. Gary Busey. 50 Cent. Kerry Katona. Bruce Willis.
Good.
Vince Vaughn.
Surprising.
Gary Sinise. Tommy Lahren.
Good.
Kirk Cameron. Amber Rose. Paris Hilton. Dean Cain. Mickey Rourke. Patricia Heaton. Bryce Hall. Eric Bolling. Stacey Dash. Dean Koontz. Bret Michaels. Bridget Nielsen. Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Kelsey Grammer. Tom Brady. Chuck Norris. Caitlyn Jenner. Cheryl Ladd. John Lovitz,
Surprise.
Carmen Electra, John Ratzenberger, John
Cliff
Voight,
Clavin. John
Stephen
Voight.
Baldwin, James Woods,
Love that guy.
Eric Braden, Kristen Davis, Ivanka Trump, Pat Sajak,
Sajak.
Terrence Williams, Corey Feldman, Nicole Kidman, Richard Karn, Melissa Joan Hart, Adam Carolla, Trace Adkins, Bill O'Reilly, Owen Wilson, Cindy Crawford, Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson,
Love it.
Denzel Washington, Kate Hudson, Jessica Simpson, Angie Harmon, Donnie Wahlberg, Gene Simmons, Sean Hannity.
Pretty good list so far, folks. I'm glad to see anybody with any influence at all, even these Hollywood types, rappers and such, that have any kind of influence on people at all, are coming around to the right choice. These are not Trumpers. These are people that decided that if a man's willing to stand up and take a bullet for this country, he's probably the right man for the job. I'm just glad to see that, folks. It warms my heart to see. Now here's another incredible ad that will warm your heart as well. Now this one is a good one.
We're either going to have 2024, it's our final battle. We're either going to have a country greater than ever before, or we're not going to have a country at all. And we're ready for it. Are we ready? We're ready.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture.
You must never forget this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. This is your home, this is your heritage, and our American liberty is your God-given right.
Talk about family, your family's all that we got. Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you're gonna be with me for the last one.
Alrighty, folks. We'll go on to the next one. That's a new Trump ad. I love these Trump ads. Dan Scavino's another great one. And for those of you that are worried about Trump not having outdoor rallies anymore, Donald J. Trump re-truthed, or truths, put his truth out there. I will continue to do outdoor rallies, and Secret Service has agreed to substantially step up their operation. They are very capable of doing so. No one can even be allowed to stop or impede free speech or gathering. I agree with that. I wish he would get some plexiglass so he can have as little exposure to possible any projectile. Just seems to make sense to me, but hopefully they will get it together. But he's not going to back down. He's not going to do it any other way. He's going to do it his way. All right, folks, we're going to get into a little bit of the whole Kamala situation. All right, here we go. We got several clips here of the great Kamala Harris, right? I don't know what's so great about it.
The point that Lester... There are reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president. Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
Swing voters don't like Harris. How big a drag is Kamala Harris on the ticket?
She's a pretty big drag. I think she was arguably Biden's worst political decision.
They don't like her. There's lots of reasons they don't like her.
Kamala Harris's approval rating is now at 28%, which is an historic low for any modern vice president.
We're hearing it from mainstream media, one outlet after another, one leak after another. That Kamala Harris is the worst vice president ever, the worst politician ever.
We don't see the vice president. What people are saying to me, and I'm sure they're saying it to you, where's the vice president? Some White House officials are feeling that she came off looking unprepared for inevitable questions about when she might visit the southern border.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
The point that Lester Holt was making was obvious to anyone else who was watching this interview, which is that the issues at the border are inextricably linked with the portfolio that she's been given.
The border is secure. We have a secure border.
Bidenomics is working.
Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
He picked Kamala Harris to be his running mate. She was ranked and is ranked as the most liberal senator in the United States Senate. So he could have gone the other way, but he went to the left.
Joe Biden is running for re-election, and I will be his ticket mate. Full stop. Full stop. Sit.
Yeah, we need to put out all these type videos like this. A lot of the lefties are crying that Elon Musk put out a meme yesterday that got 150 million views on it. It was actually, I shared the same thing on my very last video with y'all, that couple of minute long of Kamala Harris. Mainstream media was calling it a deep fake because they took Kamala's words and pieced them together to a video clip. It's called a meme for anybody that doesn't know, but they didn't call it that way. They put it out there like Elon Musk is promoting propaganda. It would be propaganda if anything in the clip was false. But the fact of the matter is, there was nothing in either one of these clips that wasn't absolutely true. So every day I think I'm going to bring a little bit more of the little crazy Kamala clips that I can find over here on X, just because I want everybody to know just what this woman is really capable of. If there's anybody that's not convinced that she is part of the enemy's team, part of the problem, as progressive as any presidential candidate we've ever had, I'm going to keep force feeding it, and hopefully somebody will get off that Democratic teat, as they call it. Now, I got several more little short clips here for you. Now, this is a great one from the great Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of my favorites. I'll break it up a little bit and put this one in here. Let me move me out of the way. Okay, I'm out of the way. Great. Here we go, folks. This is a good one. Oh, crap. Hold on. Back up. There we go.
Attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene right here is letting this lefty have it. And the final word is the best. Check it out, folks. This is a good one.
Can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So,
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
Why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Can you tell me why so many...
Go fuck off. I love it, folks. This is not a profanity type platform over here on YouTube, but I tend to say a few things here and there, let slip off the tongue. But when somebody like Nancy Mace or Marjorie Taylor Greene drops an F-bomb, I gotta share it, folks. I love it, especially on one of these little crying liberals. Now, this here is a short little clip as well. I thought this was very insightful because it's true.
The party that cries about how Donald Trump is a threat to democracy just forced out the candidate that their voters chose and nominated a candidate that no one voted for. The hypocrisy is immense in the Democratic Party. The party that cries about how Donald Trump is a threat.
Yeah, we're the threat to democracy, but nobody voted for Kamala Harris. And they just shoved her in as they shoved Joe out. Now, I don't know if y'all follow Scott Presler. I follow him pretty close. He's a great patriot. He has got more people registered to vote in this country than any other human being. He has been on it like a duck on a June bug for several years, and as of the last about year, he has been living in Pennsylvania, boots on the ground with the team, trying to get out the vote in Pennsylvania and in several states. And he told Vivek Ramaswamy just a couple days ago at a convention, tell Trump, we're going to turn Pennsylvania red. And that's my mission, and we're going to do it. Glad to hear that. Now, here's another great idea, another genius move by Scott Presler. He says, I'm so excited for Sturgis. And if you don't know what Sturgis is, it is the biggest biker get-together in the country. Happens in, I believe it's North Dakota, South Dakota. Yeah, South Dakota. But at any rate, very well known, lasts for a week or more, and there is tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of bikers that come through that town of Sturgis and spend about a week there. Not far from Mount Rushmore, from what I understand. But at any rate, Scott Presler says, I'm going to show up. I'm going to have a voter registration booth. I love it. I love it. We're talking about thousands of people, I'm sure, will register to vote. A lot of these bikers are, I'm sure most of these bikers, if not 100% of these bikers, are American-loving patriots. A lot of them are veterans. And every biker that I've ever met loves their country. Matter of fact, I spent this weekend up in Dallas around my kids and my previous in-laws, and happened to be at a American Legion VFW post, the bar, I guess you would call it. But at any rate, I sat in there and talked to about 15 veterans, older cats, that really were asking me a lot of questions about my Trump hat, and we got to talking about the assassination situation, and I don't believe there was a single person in that bar that was a Biden supporter, and I don't believe there was a single person in that bar, from just my conversations, that believed that this shooter was allowed to be up on that roof by the government. Just about everybody I talked to said, yeah, this was probably an inside job. The government probably set it up. There's no reason Secret Service couldn't have that building secured. I mean, these people have common sense like the rest of us. Every single person I talked to this weekend about Trump and the assassination told me, man, how did they let that happen? Most of them got a pretty good idea of how they let it happen on purpose. But at any rate, Scott Presler says, let's get 500,000 bikers registered to vote. I'm guessing there's going to be about 500,000 bikers come through there over the weekend. Says, Scott Presler, are you ready for Sturgis with Papa Bear? We are going to register so many voters. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Wish I could afford to go down there and volunteer, just because I know that would be a hoot. Be a great time and a great service for our country. Anybody live close there, you could probably get a hold of Scott Presler directly from Is the Persistence here on X. Join in if you want to be a part of that. Now this here is a Charlie Kirk clip. John Kennedy. Now we've got Mr. Cabuto over here is crying to John Kennedy about how he doesn't like the name-calling rhetoric that goes on. Nobody's supposed to be talking shit about Kamala, and this is the guy that is called Trump, Hitler,
It's November.
And worse. But let's go ahead and listen to a little short clip of the hypocrisy of the left, even on Fox News.
I don't care about her race. I care about her
Then
competence.
why call her a ding-dong?
And I'm telling you what the polling shows. I'm telling you what the polling shows. And it does. And I'll be glad to sit down with you and walk you through the polls.
Please do, because I never know when it's constructed to call people names, you know, Senator. I just, on the left or the right. But
I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but let me say it again.
Senator, you keep bringing it back to my feelings. My feelings matter a little. All I'm telling you is if you think you can gain this November calling people names, I don't know how far that goes, left or right, but we'll see. It's still early, to your point.
Your feelings seem to me like they matter to you a lot, Neil, and I'm trying to be objective here. Let me say it again.
Are you really being objective, Senator? I just think you've got a bash-a-thon of name-calling at her. If you call that being objective, I don't know. But, Senator, I do want to thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me, Neil. I hope you have a better day.
Yeah, so do I. Hope you have a better day. We'll have more.
She's still a ding-dong, folks. He didn't like that at all. He's defending Kamala Harris over on Fox News. Fox News is playing Kamala's rallies every time Kamala steps up and speaks anywhere. Fox News is on Team Kamala, folks. I have seen it with my own eyes for several days now. They are not reporting anything about Trump anymore, and they are propping Kamala up like the best thing since sliced bread, no doubt about it. Sickening as it is, it's the fact, folks. Now this guy here, absolute truth, folks. One of the last clips I'll bring you today, I just want to let y'all know that sometimes when a politician steps up and speaks the truth, it's just so nice to hear when it's done so eloquently as to just speak it like it is. Here we go.
More for Ukraine in a single term.
Let me back this up.
Joe Biden has done more for Ukraine in a single term than he's done for America in 50 years. Joe Biden.
That's absolute facts, folks. Joe Biden has done more for Ukraine in a single term than he has done for our entire country in 50 years of being a politician. And everything that Joe Biden signed off on, every spending package, every $1 trillion infrastructure deal, Green New Deal money that come across our Congress's floor and got pushed through the House and through the Senate, Kamala Harris was a deciding vote in most of those $1 trillion packages, the three of them that we've been through over the last couple of years. So when you get out there and you vote or you talk to people about who they're going to vote for, remind them that Kamala Harris voted for our inflation every time she got the chance. That's all I got for you today, folks. Hope everybody has a great day. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. Over and out.